Howdy, howdy, this is Tony Potter, and we're here with Deliverable 2 for our JCloud application that we're writing. Some of the things that we've done over the past couple of weeks, we've taken care of domain registration, so we've registered jcloud.com and jcloud.net as our domain. We've set those up on our web server. So you can see here that we've set that up. Another thing that we've done is we're working on the implementation of the code editor through codemirror.net. So what you can see is with the file that we're working at, we see the color coding for the different reserved words, strings and types. You also see some numbering here. Line numbers are implemented as well, although there's a little bit of an offset there. I haven't been able to finish that off as of yet. I'm still working on the part where I'm reading and writing a source code to Google Drive. I've had some issues with the Drive REST API, and so I'm now taking a look at the Google Real-Time API. And so I'm going to be talking a little bit about that in today's video. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. This is our JCloud application. As you can see, we've changed the position of some of the buttons. I've got compile and run up here, and then file stuff here. I've added the options to upload a file and download this file. This allows us to take the file that we've got here and put it onto our local hard drive, as well as dealing with Google Drive. We still have the options to share, and that's something we're going to implement later on. So what I've got here is I've got my Google Drive set up here. As you can see, it's relatively empty. The only file up here I have is a graphic file of a pig, which I use for another one of my programs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to jcloud.net/realtime API Quickstart. So what this is going to do is this is going to allow me to do a real-time collaboration quick start. The idea behind this API is that this allows you to collaborate with other people through a common interface. And you can see I've got my hello world file here, and I'm going to go over to this real quick, and I'm going to cat real time just talk about what's happening here. So this is using the exact same client ID that I'm using with my JCloud application, and it authorizes the file transfer. It actually creates a new file being helloworld.java. And I've got this on file initialize model, so this actually sets up our file contents with our basic hello world model. And the idea here is that the concept of a collaborative string, this allows our document to get the text from the file and make sure that this file is in common across this window and any implementation of this window with a particular ID. Now this ID that we have here is the exact same UUID that we talked about in our previous video, which is how Google Drive actually talks about the files in its file system. And so you'll see here's our hello world.java file that we just created right here. So we've actually created a file in our Google Drive. What I'm trying to do at this point is I'm trying to implement that using our JCloud. And so I've got this button here open from Google Drive, and I've actually set up some alerts so that every time it runs, I get to see which methods are currently being run. So this is going to create a file picker object, and we talked a little bit about this in our previous video. So it takes care of the authorization and opens up a file picker. I can choose any of these Java files that I currently have in this account, so I'll just go ahead and open this maze.java. It doesn't open the file yet. I haven't gotten a chance to actually open it, but notice that I can actually receive the particular UUID code for that unique file. I'm also working on this save source, so I'm going to go ahead and call this Hello World 2. I'm going to click on this save source. It was working earlier, but I accidentally made some changes and it's gone away. Let me see if I go here. Yeah, it's not loading here. So I need to fix the implementation of that. I still have not gotten the full implementation of the open and save. But I know that once I do have open and save to, then saving source to drive and saving output to drive is going to be functional, the exact same situation. The only difference is save source is going to take this contents into a Google file. Save output is going to take this contents to a Google file. And then once I do that, sharing the source and sharing the output are going to be very straightforward, because it's just a matter of running an API for an additional, for that user, for that UUID, and sharing that with someone else. So I've been talking about how to upload and download a file, and I've done a prototype for that. Let me see real quick. So that's going to be at jcloud.net/file read. And so this is just a very simple proof of concept where I can click the choose file button. I can choose one of these files here, and I'll see the contents of it. So I get the file name, I get the file text, which is text/plain size. That's the format of it, and I can see the basic contents of it. So the idea is that I'm going to take the file name and put it into, I'm going to take the file name and put it into this file name field. I'm going to take the contents and put it into this, the source code field. And I can do that either by uploading a file from my desktop to this. I'll be able to download this from here to my desktop or whatever file system. That's where we're at this point. I still have not gotten the open and save, but again, earlier this week I decided to switch over to the real-time API, and that, I think I'm getting a little bit better results from that. I just need to actually implement that. So once again, this is Tony Potter. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.